It was an obvious lie. Nah, it's the truth. He'll just bait me or something. I don't need that on my team.
Chris Simp, one of the hottest, greatest players. You check any listing of the top players in the CDL. This guy's always on there. Simp, thank you for joining us here at VENN Esports. How you doing today, brother?
We're good, man. I'm excited to be on the show.
All right, I can hear it in your voice. All right, let's kick things off with right or wrong answer, where I'm gonna ask you a question, and you give me a right answer, you give me a wrong answer, and I will try to decipher which one it is, and we'll dive into it. Let's get into it. All right, other than y'all, we'll start from the top, because obviously regular season champs, #1 team going in and everything. Who will finish on top this season? Give me a right or a wrong answer, and I'll guess what you're saying.
I'll say Optic.
Okay, I'm gonna guess that's the right answer because I've been looking at all the interviews. That's what everyone's saying. Retooling back down to 4v4. All right, I'm guessing that's the right answer. Is that true?
Yeah, I'd say I'd put them over Dallas this year just because of the switch to 4v4.
Right.
And how kind of like used to. I feel like Dallas is more of like kind of new players ish. I feel like 4v4 COD's gonna be a little bit different for them, and it might take some time to get used to it.
Yeah, no slight on Dallas. Who else is in that top echelon of teams for CDL? I would put you 3. Is there one more that you throw in there?
I'd say teams are still kind of fighting for the top 4, top 5 spot, but Florida's would probably be there. I think they're a pretty solid team right now.
All right, there you go. There's your top 4 from the man himself, Simp. Okay, next right or wrong answer. Who will finish last? Right or wrong answer? I'll guess.
London.
Oh, are they? I'm gonna guess that's false, just because there's so many teams there. Would you directly throw shade at London? Was that false, or is that actually who you think is gonna finish last?
I mean, I don't think they all finished last, but there might be a little bit of truth to it. Because I mean, they haven't been looking bad, but I think a lot of teams are pretty ahead right now.
All right, well there you go. I won't force you to throw too much shade there. So
yeah, I mean they also just picked Parasite up, so you know. Might be a little bit of a change. We'll see.
Well, if you're picking up a player early on in the season, or trying to change things up, that means it wasn't going too well to try and change things up. All right, let's take a look here. Next, right or wrong answer. Better format, 4v4 or 5v5?
4v4.
I'm gonna guess that's the truth because that's the one you're focused on. Am I right?
Yeah, of course. 5v5 was super fun how it was, but I mean, it was a lot more chaotic and kind of hectic. With how COD was played, it was kind of just like a headbutt, like everyone just headbutts each other. First 5, so I think 4 there's a little more strategy going into it and probably a little bit more skillful.
People say a lot of that chaotic nature with 5v5. Was there ever a point in the season where you felt like, oh, okay, we figured out how to play 5v5, it feels a little bit more settled, or was the whole season just like, yeah, we're just firefighting all the time, people respawning, going back on in?
For the Modern Warfare season, it was definitely a little bit chaotic, just because of how the spawn system was. There wasn't like a set in stone, kind of like you knew someone was going to be here kind of thing. So there was always a little bit of unpredictability about it.
How have you guys handled the switch to 4v4 so far?
I think we've handled it well. I think we're still kind of just learning, kind of like everybody else. Taking it day by day. But it's a little bit of I would say like a little bit of fresh air, a breath of fresh air, just because after all this chaoticness that 5v5 brought, is a little bit of like you can take a couple deep breaths before.
Gotcha. All right. Next question that we've got for right or wrong answer. Things have had to change in the CDL, and we've played a lot of matches online, and we saw some teams find some success. So for you, would you rather play online or offline? Right or wrong answer?
Online.
Online, you've got to be lying here. Everyone must love playing offline. Or you love playing online? Which one is it?
It was an obvious lie. Nothing beats the events, the stages, all the people that come out to support you, and kind of just the energy that it brings, What
was your favorite event that you had in the last season before things all shifted online?
Probably our own home series, the Atlanta home series. A lot of the FaZe guys came out and kind of showed their support, and I feel like overall it was a pretty well event for fans, viewership, and whoever was involved, I feel like it was a great event for everyone.
Bet. And when things open up, once again, they're safe, fans return, what's the first thing that you're going to end up doing at one of these events?
I mean, hopefully when stuff opens up, it's going to be when the vaccinations are kind of more casual and like a lot more people have it.
Yep.
So, I'm hoping I can just kind of talk to fans again and kind of just, have that experience of talking to these people, because, I feel like it's getting into a lot of people, and it's gotten to me as well. Like, you kind of just feel trapped like in your own home, in a sense, like it's just it's not a fun experience for anyone. Like it was for a time probably, but now it's just to a point where everyone wants to go back out and kind of just enjoy life again.
Yeah, experiences yet again, and I'm glad that you bring that up because a lot of pros don't know the power that they have by like simply just having that conversation, taking that time with the fan. So good on you for being like, yeah, I just miss chatting with fans. So that's awesome, brother. All right, next up, what do we got? We got favorite caster, Maven or Merc? You got to pick one, and this one, I'll still guess right or wrong, or true or false. All right, here we go.
Merc.
Merc, I'm gonna guess that's just truth. I don't know. Does it feel like Maven could just handle being hated on a little bit more?
Nah, it's the truth, but I think Merc just kind of has that experience to his side of knowing things, you know.
Yeah.
Like Maven, you know, don't get me wrong, he's still an amazing caster and still knows just about everything that's going on. But Merc's had the player experience. I don't know if Maven has. Maybe I'm too young for that, but you know, Merc, I know he's played and he knows COD inside and out. So for him to be able to cast over and, you know, kind of knowing what's going on, I feel like it makes it a lot more awful when he does it.
For sure. Simp has spoken. He's a Merc guy. All right, next up. In a real zombie apocalypse, who would you rather have in your squad? Hex, Nade Shot, or Clayster?
I'd probably have to go with Hex. I feel like if there's one person in this world ready for a zombie apocalypse, he's probably the one.
Over your old teammate Clayster? What is this?
He'll just bait me or something. I don't need that on my team.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff. And last one, easy layup. Who wins CDL 2021, brother?
That would have to be us, the FaZe.
And with that, those were FaZe Simp's right or wrong answers to all of our questions. The question, who will win the CDL 2021 championship, kicks off this weekend. Head on over to the YouTube channel, the CDL Esports YouTube channel, for all the action. Thanks again, Simp, for joining us.
For sure. Thank you for the interview.
Thanks so much for stopping by. Make sure to see what else is happening on VENN by looking through our news and videos.